Hey everybody, what's up? This is Squeezy's World. Could be your world. Maybe it is. Who knows? Hey, look, I like to talk about some things that interest me, and hopefully at some point they'll interest you. I do also like to put out just a little bit of a Bible verse, and, I think it's justifiable. So, all right, kind of like, here we go then, okay? Blessed is a man against whom the Lord will not count his sin. Amen? Okay, it's Romans 4:8. Some things that kind of bug me a little bit here, and I'm not, I always wonder why the world seems to be wanting to bring about some kind of nuclear conflict. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know why it seems that way. Even our side, even our side sort of kind of seems that way. And I have to ask myself why. Just here yesterday or maybe sometime today, our president ordered 2 nuclear submarines into Russian waters. Now, and I know, when you put the Russian Navy in close with the American Navy, not always good can come of that. So I just wonder, why are so many threats wanting to sit there and hit the old buttonaroo and just, eliminate mankind, altogether? I don't get that. You figure most people, when they go to war, there's something they can gain from it. If we ever go to a nuclear war, there's no winners. There's not a winner in a nuclear war. So, it bugs me. It just kind of bugs me. To me, I would, peace, through strength, obviously. And, we need to always make the world perceive of us as being, mighty America. But, who wants to live in a post-war apocalypse or something like that? I don't. One reason why I'm sitting awful close to a Joint Base Charleston, sitting about 20 miles away from a nuclear power plant. And, we're all on a first strike range here. We're in the first wave. So if something were to happen, it'd just be like a flash and be all over with. Wouldn't even know it was here. Bad thing is, I want some time to know, because I want to get out there and cook me a burger real quick. I want to eat a burger before, whatever happens. But with, if Russians put subs near us and they were to use them as a first strike, and they use hypersonic missiles, nobody would even know they happened until after it happened, and then you wouldn't care. So it bugs me. I don't, curious to what you guys think. This was just something I read today. And, Putin's always threatening nuclear war, and North Korea is always threatening nuclear war. And, I just don't see why everybody seems all fired up to actually start pushing buttons. I just don't get that. There's so much out there that could go good if people would just let it. But I guess it's human nature. We're at a certain point in the crossroads in our existence that somebody somewhere is going to push something. It is what it is. So just keep that in mind. The reason we prepare, because we prepare to live through something like that. Now, 3/4 of the population of the planet won't. But maybe you'll be one of the ones that does. So you want to make sure you've got all your goodies and water and food and all that good stuff, a place to be in case something like that does happen, and you do get a few minutes of warning, because it's not going to do you any bit of good if you're 20 miles away from wherever your safe place is. It won't do you no good. So you always got to, which is strange, because you always got to kind of be within certain reason, I do get it, because there's nothing you and I can do to stop anything. If they're going to go ahead and do it, they're going to go ahead and do it. So, it doesn't really matter what you and I, think that should happen. But, it still doesn't neglect the fact that we should be prepared for it, just in case, just in freaking case. So, all right, then. Hey, look, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody is going to have a great weekend. I hope everybody had a great week. And have a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Have a barbecue. Might as well. Can't dance. All right, we'll talk to you later.